Hi everyone, my name is Era Rasuli and I am the University Outreach Coordinator of Spartan Speech. We hope you're enjoying the Quarantournament so far. We know during this time you guys might want to reminisce on this past year and all the great accomplishments you've achieved this season. But right now, we're not going to do that. Instead of that, we are going to talk about the bad parts, or more specifically, the embarrassing parts. Like when you get a phone call in the middle of your performance during your third round and it's from a random number telling you that your credit card payments are overdue. Or when you slip outside on a patch of mud and then you get mud all over your pants and then everyone thinks you pooped yourself. Oh, that didn't happen to you guys? Oh, okay. Whether you're a senior or it's your first year competing, I'm sure you've had a somewhat similar experience to mine. So today we've gathered a few more past forensicators to share with you their stories of forensics humiliation. So sit back, relax, and feel free to laugh at our pain.
Hi everyone, my name is Leia Silverman. I am now a sophomore at Michigan State University, future vice president of Spartan Speech, and here's my most embarrassing memory from forensics. So this was my senior year at States. I was in the late mod, so it was like 8 p.m. when I was doing my third round. I walk into the round wearing my Crocs because I'm like, when I sit down, I'm going to change my shoes and then we'll be fine. So I sit down, totally forget about this thought. And so a couple people go by and then I'm like up to present. So I go and get my visuals from the hall. I bring them in. I'm still wearing my Crocs. I put my head down. I do my piece. I'm still wearing my freaking Crocs. Yeah. And so I get to my competition board and I look down for a sec and I'm like, no, there's no way this is happening. Like, I see that I'm wearing my Crocs. One of my coaches is in the round. I'm like, she sees that I see that I'm wearing my Crocs. That was so bad. I still got two 299s, but both the critiques said, you should not be wearing your Crocs.
So it was my sophomore year of forensics, my first tournament of the season, and I was in storytelling and I was completely freaking out. I get to my first round, I do like third, something like that, and the people in front of me were really good. So by the time I get up there, I'm like shaking. I'm doing pretty well, you know, weird positions, weird noises, because storytelling. And I remember distinctly, I was in a weird position, like, or something like that, when my mind just went blank. And I had no idea what to do. And usually you would like improv right there or something. What I decided to do was just put my head down. Like it was the end of my piece. And I heard like a soul clap in the audience, and that's when my mind went, what are you doing? That's not the end of your piece. So my head shot back up, I did finger guns at the audience, and I went, that's not the end. And I kept going. Why? I don't know. But you live and you learn. I never put my head down in the middle of my piece again, so here we are.
It was my sophomore year of high school. I literally remember this like it was yesterday. So me and my senior friend decided that we wanted to do a duo. He was in broadcasting, I was in DI, and we wanted to do something different before he graduated. Now I should have known it was going to be a train wreck because we decided to do the 2016 Saturday Night Live presidential debates. So I was Hillary, he was Trump. It was really, really fun, but here's what happened. So the tournament we decided to take it out at, 6 o'clock rolls around, you know, we get up, get ready for the day. We get to the tournament around 7:15ish, and our coach had our stools in her car from the night before, and she was supposed to bring them to the tournament. 7:30 rolls around, we don't really hear anything from our coach, and I'm like, it's weird, she's usually here. So I text her, like, where are you at? 7:45, still no sign. 8 o'clock rolls around, and it's time for the general meeting, and guess what? We haven't heard from her. So at this point, we need our stools for our piece. Like, it's important that we have our stools. This is what we've been practicing with. And there's no way we could have really done it without the stools because they were that important to the piece. So 8 o'clock rolls around, I'm calling her. There's literally no answer. It keeps going straight to voicemail, so I'm assuming her phone died. I'm hoping she's okay. And it's time for us to go to our round because now it's 8:30. Me and my duo partner go out of our side of our round and we're kind of freaking out. Like, what are we gonna do? So we go into the room, and as forensics does, it's a art room that the performance space is about 5 feet across. That's it. So not only did we not have our stools, but we also had to find a way to do our piece in this 5-foot space. So we are, I think, the first ones to go, if I remember it right. We are the first people to go, and we just decided to use like the chairs that were already inside of the art room. Now, our stools were about like this high, and the chairs that we had to perform on were so low to the ground. So we get about 2 minutes into our piece performing with these chairs, and I go to switch character, and when I switch the character, immediately I sit down, and I completely miss the chair and just splat on the floor as I'm turning into Hillary Clinton. And I swear, my face has never been so red. I was so embarrassed. I stood up, I continued with the piece, although I forgot like half of it because I was just so embarrassed that I just fell on the ground. And it was already like a terrible situation because we were performing in a 5-foot space, so just nothing was going right in this round. So we finish up the piece, I grab the chair, I go back to my seat, I watch everybody else. But yeah, that was actually the round that kept us out of finals that day, so that kind of hurt because it was my most embarrassing moment of forensics, and also we didn't get to go to finals. So the lesson of the whole story, we did get our stools at the end of the day. Our coach's power went out, and so she came during round 2, and we had our stools, and then everything else went better. But the moral of the story is, take your own stools. Don't rely on anyone else because their power could go out, and you could fall in front of your whole competition and be super embarrassed.
Hi, my name is Sydney. I went to Walled Lake Western and I did info and sales when I was in forensics. My freshman year, I made my sales piece in like a week, and then I was like finishing up my boards the night before the tournament. So this was my very first round ever with a piece that I just memorized and was like still gluing on or like taping on magnets. This is me in shambles walking into my first round. I was doing pretty okay. I probably only had like 1 magnet fall, but then I got to my last board and every piece that I tried to put on, it just fell. I would put a piece on, it would fall to the ground. I'd put a piece on, it would fall to the ground. And I was just like, well, what are you gonna do? I kept going and I just stepped over the pieces, but I could tell from the audience that they thought I was a complete mess, which I was. My time ended up being 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Magnets just fall sometime. It happened my first round, and it happened in a lot of rounds after that for the rest of my forensics career.
That is all the stories we have for today. We hope you enjoyed that little segment of our Quarantournament. Don't forget to stay tuned for our final round, which will be live, and we'll give you the opportunity to be one of our judges. Yes, you will get to vote for your favorite performance. Stay safe, stay healthy, and